looking at this headline, this is something that the majority of us knew already. We all know that the Oscar season is a complete joke, but to hear from one of the biggest names in Hollywood, Bradley Cooper, saying that the Hollywood Oscar season is utterly meaningless definitely hits a little bit differently. This is something that I found to be very interesting, especially coming from someone who has been nominated so many times for the Oscars, like Bradley Cooper has. To hear him say this is really interesting. We are living in this time where we are having a cultural wake-up, where people from all sides of the political and cultural spectrum are waking up to realize that, hey, you know what? Hollywood celebrities really aren't as important as we as a society thought that they were. And now it seems like that Bradley Cooper is having kind of his own mini Ricky Gervais moment right here. And I can't wait to hear what he has to say, because it sounds like that he really rips into Hollywood pretty good here in this interview. So let's go ahead and listen to read what Bradley Cooper has to say about the Hollywood Oscar season and about Hollywood in general. So Bradley Cooper, Hollywood Oscar season is utterly meaningless. It really does make you face ego, vanity, and insecurity. Academy Award nominee Bradley Cooper reflected upon how utterly meaningless every Hollywood award season feels, creating an atmosphere rife with vanity and ego over creativity and artistic meritocracy. Speaking with Hamilton star Anthony Ramos for a discussion published by Interview magazine at the end of August, the acting pair discussed how the award season elevates actors above the rest of the people who made the movie. Which is true. It's funny, you hit award season and it can be easy for us to make it about individual people, Ramos said, but on set you have your call sheet, and even though you have your leads, it's a team effort. The grips, the director of photography, that movie is not happening without them. Everyone is the star of that movie. For whatever reason, we choose to single people out at a certain time of year, Ramos continued, and if you're ever asked to be a part of any of those events, it can be very easy for you, meaning me, to think it's about me. I'm the only one here from my cast, so it's only me. But what we forget is that we're a representation of the story that those 150 to 200 people told together. We're like a walking flag. Which all of what Anthony Ramos said there is actually really good stuff as well. That is really good stuff. So Cooper said that the award season itself is set up to foster the kind of mentality that elevates vanity and ego over creativity, adding that the sacrifice for creating art is not done in the service of getting an award. That award season stuff is a real test. It's set up to foster that mentality. It's quite a thing to work through, and it's completely devoid of artistic creation, said Cooper. It's not why you sacrifice everything to create art, and yet you spend so much time being a part of it. You're, in quotes, lucky enough to be a part of it. It's ultimately a great thing because it really does make you face ego, vanity, and insecurity. It's very interesting and utterly meaningless. Wow. That is crazy, because like I said, he is someone who has been nominated multiple times for Oscars. So to hear him say that the Oscar season is utterly meaningless is very, very interesting. He said that the awards circuit tricked him into thinking the snub meant he did not do his job on the movie. Oh, okay, so he's talking about A Star Is Born, I believe. In its coverage of the discussion between Cooper and Ramos, IndieWire notes that Cooper's discontent with Hollywood award season began in 2019 after he did not land an Oscar nomination for Best Director with A Star Is Born. He said the award circuit tricked him into thinking the snub meant he did not do his job on the movie, reported the outlet. This realization left Cooper embarrassed and proved to him that even if I get the nomination, it should not give me any sense of whether I did my job or not, which is true. Even if I get the nomination, it should not give me any sense of whether I did my job or not, Cooper said. That's the trick to make something that you believe in. So that is very interesting indeed. And like I said, this is definitely kind of his own mini Rick Gervais moment in a way, where he is just kind of tearing apart what we all thought was so, well, not what we thought is so important, but what Hollywood thought was so important about the Oscar season. It really isn't as important as they make it out to be. It is really just a moment for all these Hollywood celebrities to get together and just have one big old jerk-off session, basically, is what it's turned into. It's not even really about the celebration of the art anymore. It's not about celebrating movies or what it takes to make movies or why we love movies so much. And it's become more of a political platform more than anything else. And that is why the numbers for the Oscars, I think, continue to dive bomb every single year. The Oscars is not what it used to be. People don't really care about the Oscars anymore. And I'm definitely one of those people. I don't really care, even though I watch it every year because, I just love the movie so much. I enjoyed you know, at least having a little bit of a taste of that type of stuff. It definitely isn't something that I find that important anymore, and I don't even know if we're going to be getting an Oscars next year. I mean, I don't know what's going to be happening because of everything going on with the stupid beer bug and stuff. Who knows what's going to be happening with that? We probably still will, because for some reason they continue. There's a lot of people in Hollywood that continue to think it's important, even though it isn't really. But I don't know really what's going to happen with that, but what Bradley Cooper has to say here, I think is really good stuff, and I think that he definitely hit some pretty good points. But honestly, what Anthony Ramos says here is almost like a little bit more like important and a little bit more driving to what the point is, I think, than what Bradley Cooper says here, because Anthony Ramos is talking about how, you know, we all like to pander the actors and treat the actors like that they are like the stars of the movie, but really they're not, because without the rest of the team, without the rest of the crew, you can't have a movie. They're the ones that actually keep the movie going. You know, the stars are definitely kind of the cosmetic of the movie in a way, but if you don't have the engine or the parts that keep it moving and running, then it doesn't matter at all. So I think that what Ramos says here actually kind of hits a little bit more on the head of the nail than what Cooper says here. So anyway, I found that to be very interesting, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think about this in the comments below. What do you think about what Bradley Cooper has to say here? What do you think about Anthony Ramos says here? Do you think that the Oscars are really that important? Because I don't. I really don't. They're just kind of a joke now, right? Like, I just don't think that any of us really find them to be that important. And especially in the light of the whole beer bug situation. The beer bug really, in a way, kind of exposed just how ridiculous Hollywood celebrities are and how much people don't really care about them. Like, they were trying to do all these really cringy things to seek attention during the whole beer bug thing with the quarantine and all of that stuff. And everyone just kind of mocked them for it. Nobody really took them seriously for it. And I think that really shows that we are kind of in a churning point in Hollywood where the elitist mentality of Hollywood is starting to crumble. And I think that is honestly probably a good thing for the culture in general. So with that being said, please let me know what you think in the comments below. If you are new here to Geeks and Gamers, please consider subscribing. I'd greatly appreciate that. And I will talk to you all very soon in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.